What is going on, everybody? Psych Perspectives, GeoBucks here. I'm just gonna go on and say it. A lot of this relationship advice stuff, ultimately, does it have some weight and value? Yes. But is it the ultimate end all be all? No. A lot of us need to face reality. You cannot base your love interest off of social media. What works for some may not work for all, and vice versa. And as much as people get on here to talk about what they're not going to put up with and this, that, and the other, at the end of the day, people settle all the time. And it's not even so much as a settlement as it is a compromise, because the reality of the matter is there's no such thing as perfect. Nobody is going to hit every single box. You're not going to check every box with everybody. It's not realistic. However, you are likely going to meet somebody that is willing to meet you halfway, that is willing to be accountable and willing to show up and be there for you just as much as you are willing to be accountable and show up and be there for them. I have definitely been blessed lately. This past year, again, and that's another thing. I can honestly say I'm a very private person. So you would never really know who I'm talking to or who I'm not talking to. I've literally been talking to the same person for the past year. And we made it official last month. So we're 13 months in. And you know what? A lot of the stuff that I talk about, I didn't necessarily do with this person. I went with the flow. But it's easy for me to go with the flow because I'm non-monogamous. I'm not sitting up here thinking that I'm going to be in a monogamous committed relationship and my partner is going to be my end all be all. So that wasn't my goal. I went with the flow, went to a talking stage that led to a dating that led to an actual relationship. And again, I didn't go into this thinking that I was going to have a romantic relationship with this person. And honestly, that's probably why it worked out. Not to mention that because we were going with the flow, there was a very strong focus on straight up having a bond and friendship prior to being in a relationship. Because something that I've learned and something that this person also learned is that when you base everything off of it being a romantic relationship before there's a formal bond and friendship, if things don't work out, a lot of people go their separate ways, which literally means that friendship ends. And I don't want that. My thing is this: if we don't last in a romantic setup, I still want to be able to have a friendship with you. Because what I dealt with 5 years ago, it's just crazy how you can go from hanging out with somebody all the time to never seeing them again. And that's because a lot of us base our romantic relationships immediately on romance instead of actually trying to take the time to get to know a person and to see if this person is compatible for you. And I'm here to tell you, that is a quick way to get your feelings hurt. It's a very quick way to get your feelings hurt. And it's really not, in my opinion, it's not in your best interest to do that. You're better off taking the time to get to know somebody than to be sitting up trying to just be like, oh, I'm going to be with this person, and if they don't want to be with me, fuck them, and all this other shit. Because, it's just not cool. And who wants to take all this time getting to know somebody, and then if things don't work out, we can't talk, we can't hang out, we can't do this, we can't do that. I never wanted that. So this time around, I actually have somebody that, number one, and I'm going to just go on and say it. Number one, I'm attracted to them. They're attracted to me. It's physical, it's sexual, it's mental, it's emotional. It's like a true connection. Number two, it wasn't fake, as in I'm not in the closet living double and quadruple lives. They're not in the closet living double and quadruple lives. I cannot stress this enough. Leave the DL, I'm not sure what my sexuality is, I'm still trying to live for other people's validation type people alone. because the amount of Olympic mind games that you're going to be dealing with those types is just not worth it. Because we're both out of the closet and very open with who we are, it made it so much easier to connect. Number 3, stop putting the cart before the horse. Again, a lot of people jump right into relationships. We did not. We actually took a year talking, getting to know each other, dating, and going with the flow. Before jumping in right away and putting a title and all this other expectations and all this other shit that unfortunately in my last situation 5 years ago really ruined it. I mean, it ruined it. We don't even talk anymore. Like, we haven't had that type of communication in 5 years, basically. I don't want that with this person. Like, even if we don't make it romantically, I still want you to be able to hang out with me and I can hang out with you and we can kick it and respect each other and still have a friendship and a bond and care about each other from a platonic standpoint. Because again, having that platonic bond, honestly, in my opinion, makes the romantic relationship even stronger. And I'm just gonna go on and say it. You being attracted to the person that you're talking to really fucking matters, in my opinion. Because if I look back at 5 years ago, I wasn't even attracted to the person I was dealing with, and I'm quite sure the person wasn't attracted to me either. So it's just kind of like, no wonder this didn't work out. And then we both were in the closet living double and quadruple lives, so it was just a hot mess from day one. You know, like, the feeling that comes from being able to show affection and love and compassion to somebody and not have to worry about them being embarrassed to do that or not being comfortable enough to do that. Like, this man is out the closet living his best life, and he's always been out the closet living his best life. Am I saying everything is perfect with him? No. Is everything perfect with me? Hell no. But we make things work because we actually give a damn about each other. I mean, the affection that I have received from this man, I have never received this type of affection in my life from a significant other romantic partner, right? Like, the kissing, the holding hands, the cuddling, the sleeping in bed together, the holding each other in bed, like, being held at night by somebody that you're attracted to and that you care about and that you actually genuinely love is a totally different feeling that I have never experienced until I met this person. Like, I feel so loved and secured around this person. Like, it's just like, it's like a feeling that I've long wanted. And in a weird about way, it reminds me of being a kid when I would sleep with my granny or my papa, or like, because I was a little kid, I was like 4 or 5 years old, sleeping in the bed. And it's weird because I kind of have that same feeling in the sense of I feel safe and secured. Like, it's one of the best sleeps, one of the best rests that I've ever received, and it was because I was with this person. I am very thankful. Because Lord knows I have had my share of fuckboys. So to finally be with someone who's not a fuckboy, or at least as of right now, is not a fuckboy, because you know how it is with them. And if they're watching this, you know I had to keep it real, because you know how the cis be. The cis men will switch up on you like the drop of a hat, so you never really know. But the point is, I am very thankful. And I hope that we can do another 13 months and another 13 and another 13. But if it doesn't last romantically, I just hope that we can still be platonic friends and respect each other regardless if we are romantically involved or not. And I wish that for everybody, because you deserve to be loved and accepted for who the fuck you are. And you deserve to be loved and supported out loud publicly. And you deserve somebody to actually choose you versus you having to prove yourself and doing all of these jumping through hurdles for the basic bare minimum things. It shouldn't be like that. And I'm finally in a situation where it's not like that, and I'm thankful.